I often make speeches in verse, and I got this idea originally from my grandmother. She was a poet. She wrote poems about the Indian independence movement, and she would often recite other people's poetry as well. So from an early age, I got used to my grandmother reciting poetry. We would all read poetry aloud, and we liked the sounds and the rhythms of poetry. It's so much more interesting than prose, I feel. And one day I was involved with the Harvard Business School Alumni Association, and along with the Economic Times, we used to give a business award, and I was called to Calcutta for one such function. And I had the task of giving the vote of thanks. Now, as you know, the vote of thanks is a very tedious kind of speech, and I always thought it rather unnecessary. But I said, maybe I can do it in verse. And I was in Calcutta, and it was a very cultured audience, and they rather enjoyed it. And after that, I thought, maybe I can make all my speeches in verse. And so when I was asked to talk about the Fight Hunger Foundation, I said, maybe I could write a poem. And here is the poem, Fighting Hunger, that I have written for the Fight Hunger Foundation. The Indian economy is on the rise. We do have adequate food supplies produced right here on our land. And where the supply trails demand, we have the means to import. Indeed, each year much is bought, but grinding poverty exists. It does decline, but still persists. Now, adequate food, all of us know, is needed for our kids to grow. But many have some deficit. 6 million children have been hit by severe, acute malnutrition. And India is in a bad position with 40% of global cases. Now, one would hope the government places great emphasis on malnutrition. It should be a national mission. But each of us can lend a hand. Together, we can take a stand. A special diet can be supplied of nutritious foods that's fortified, and a child can be on its way, and we can do this today. 5,000 rupees is the cost per child. If we decline, all's lost. But if we choose to contribute, the entire world will then salute our noble effort in this cause. We should proceed without a pause. Write out a check or lend a hand. Help policymakers understand. Supporting Fight Hunger Foundation will save the children of our nation.